Well, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is going to be our president of the United States of America. And
Trump 2016.
I've started drinking.
When you heard the news, or just in general?
I mean, to be fair, I got nothing.
I mean, look, I have always been a fan of Trump. And I do mean that seriously. I like to show Celebrity Apprentice. I'm putting that out there because it is true. I mean, okay, his campaign was terrible.
You're not wrong.
This, starting off like from the get-go. What did he say? Mexicans?
Yeah, Mexicans are all rapists and murderers. I mean, he's
drug dealers.
And drug dealers, but he's sure some of them are good.
Some of them are good.
Oh, no, he's not even sure. He assumed that shit. So he could have been making an ass out of you and me.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fact. So that wasn't the best way to start the campaign. No. But, well, he won, so maybe it was.
I guess. Look, do you remember the good old days when Mitt Romney could lose a campaign because he had a briefcase full of women? Do you remember the good old days when Al Gore could lose a debate when he sized like a little girl because he's debating an imbecile?
Yeah.
Do you remember the good... Well, it's true. Do you remember the good old days when Howard Dean could get a little excited in a microphone and lose a fucking campaign?
Or just something like that. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. It's because he was progressive. The media came for him because he was progressive.
That's true. The media came for him.
Though the media will come for you just even if you're not progressive. The media just comes for people.
Yeah.
And not in a good way. But mostly, what I was going to say was that I liked his thing about trade. And I think that's a key component of why he won. Because what you're going to learn with our show is that I'm a big proponent, and I'm sure my friend here is too, that trade is a key thing. Not like free trade, fuck all that shit. But just the fact that he was saying that, I'm going to bring back manufacturing.
Yeah, manufacturing jobs.
Because that's the big problem in America. That a lot of us, I'm a young person, we're young people here. We don't know. We know about when America made things, and we assume stuff is still made. But it's not. It's been deindustrialized. Stuff being made has gone way down. And you can't have an economy like that. And I think Trump played on that. And it is what people want to hear. Across the Midwest, at least. If not across the country.
Yeah, I mean, he played on that shit. But the real problem with him, though, is that he played on really fucked up shit.
That too. But I'm just saying, I bet you that one of the good things he did... That was one of the good things. And that's probably what endeared him to some level-headed people.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's like the only good thing he did, and he might have not have done it on purpose. He might just have been saying the old, conservative catchphrase of, we need more jobs in America. That's sort of...
To give him some credit, though, most conservatives wouldn't say some of the stuff he said, though. About how he was going to, specifically, he would say, I'm going to raise... tariffs on things. I remember specifically him at a Ford plant where he was like, see this Ford plant, they're going to leave. They're going to Mexico or something. And he said it for slightly racist reasons.
Yeah, he did.
But he said they're going to Mexico. I'm going to slap a tariff on anything that they bring in from Mexico. I'm going to stop this plant from moving to Mexico and keep your jobs here. That's a strong argument. And even a conservatives would say jobs, jobs, jobs. But... the main point is that he won with some skill. He had some political awareness that I think few people are willing to give him. Granted, it's only one thing, a political awareness.
And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to be easy on Donald Trump. This first video we're doing is going to be the kindest video.
We're just trying to explain why he won, I think. I think that's where we're going with this first one.
True.
And I think a lot of people who are Democrats, because I remember talking to people that day, I wasn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Hillary Clinton. Didn't want to. I'm a Jill Stein person. And more so, I'm a Bernie Sanders person. But I got nervous talking to other people who were like-minded to some extent, more or less, and they were feeling so overconfident that Hillary Clinton was going to win in a landslide, like a 50-state, like just a slaughter.
That's true.
And them saying that just irked me to the point where I didn't feel like voting for Jill Stein. It was a weird twist because you would think, oh well, then it must have been safe. But him saying that made me think, no, Trump has way more support than that, and the media itself was feeling the same way. Everybody in the media was like, "Oh, Hillary Clinton's going to win. Hillary Clinton's going to win." Now most people weren't saying it was going to be a landslide, but a few were, and it was just it just rubbed me the wrong way. It gave me the feeling that this is a false narrative that people are putting out there, and that we were due for an upset.
I think in a lot of ways you're probably right. I do. Well, my exposure to the media is pretty limited, or at least the corporate media. I watch a lot of shit online, and they don't really. when you go to non-corporate online media outlets, you don't get the message that most people are getting, and oftentimes I find that to be a detriment. But it did make it a lot easier to vote against Jill Stein and Donald Trump when the day before the election and the day of the election, the fine people at the Young Turks were saying that the LA Times poll had Donald Trump winning by a point, and all the other polls had Hillary Clinton winning by like half a point. You know, when you see those kinds of odds between corporatist democracy and fascist nationalism, you have to kind of lean towards the corporatist democracy, as much as I hate it.
Those two words are kind of an oxymoron, but yes.
Right?
And I'm not talking about the fascism part. I'm talking about the corporate democracy.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's what we have.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah. It is crap.